It's an opportunity for Canberra to post first points. Nice feed through to one of the most exciting young players in the competition, Alex Fowler. Melbourne. McDonald in pursuit. Expansive pass, a little hot for Sharp. Puts it on the floor, goes herself and finishes. Perth like to play in 6th gear all night. Look at that move from McDonald. Can't finish, but Potter can. The Japanese international. Sharp. Nice find inside. Okoya to Fowler. Here's Annalee Maley. Oh, puts it on the floor. Blows past Okoya. He comes up with the board. Sharp. Great example there of the two tempos, Beck. They choose to go quickly when something presents.
It really is. And if you see Potter down the floor as your safety, Sharpie knows that she can take her on.
McDonald leads the competition, averaging 20 points a game. Melbourne sits second at 18.6. And Jade responds at the other end. Melbourne, a look away. Okoya, nice work. Great work from Amy Atwell.
Jade's done quite a good job of keeping her dribble alive, retreating, and then Canberra have done a great...
Potter hit the floor. Sharp pops from the baseline. And this has been an impressive start from Canberra. They're switched on early. And they lead by 8. McDonald, Potter. There's Airy. Capable of changing a game. Margin back to 5. Fowler. And she drains it from long range. McDonald. Into the lane. Can't finish. Good pressure. Potter the follow-up. Fowler sets the screen on McDonald. Jade can go herself. Tough finish and she makes it. To Melbourne. Long rebound that Beck was talking about. Well done, Clark. And the margin's out to 10 with 4:23 to play in the opening term. This is she go one-on-one. Tried to feed it through the traffic. Well done, Maley. Active hands. It's got Gorman in the corner. She kicks it back to Atwell. Goes against Sharp and finishes. Greg Hire was in the Caps huddle. Down in front, kid. Clark. Spins. Shoots and scores. Lovely finish, Jada Clark.
She is really young, out of the COE, and you know you can tell she has a scorer's mentality. Every time she touches the ball, she wants to do something with it.
Maley with the finish. Greg, Jada Clark, exciting.
Cricketer Wayne Clark. Her hustle and energy, as we see Potter go for a layup here, has been immense and really giving them a much-needed boost off the bench.
Game for Freo and also played state cricket for WA, and Jada making her way. Almost turns it over. Goodchild, a chance to pinch it. Fowler receives from Munga. Okoya in the corner is good. 27 points on the board in the opening term for Canberra.
Great actions in the on-balls up top.
Second quarter action from Bendat Basketball Centre. Potter to come up with the opening points for Perth. And they cut the lead to 10. Melbourne without McDonald. Short from Clark. Lovely board from Sharp and the finish. Goodchild. Chipatoni. Over the top to Potter. And that's working for them, Beck. She's looking dangerous, Emily Potter.
Such a tall girl diving right down the middle of that key. That's really hard to stop.
Fowler gets Potter out of stride and finishes off the glass of Canberra. Melbourne, the little show. Put back was short. Sharp. Back to Jade Melbourne, and she bombs the three.
They need to get stops.
Chipatoni, there's that feed inside to Potter again. Can't finish on this occasion.
So defending actually makes it easier for the Caps when they can switch those 4 positions out on the floor.
So more work for Goodchild without McDonald out there. She goes to Maley and Annalee starts to get involved. Melbourne. So hard to stop. Just has the ball in her hands so much. She's the engine that makes this team go. She's up to 10 points now. Good child. Looks for Potter inside again. Good position. Good child. Screened by Sharp, who then gets the feed through. Kicks to the corner. Good ball movement from Caps. And that one finished by Clark.
Sharpie got hands in the play. Were able to get the ball back. Great inside penetration. Ball movement. Easy three. They're playing some stunning basketball right now.
Again, they go inside to Potter. Using that mismatch to advantage in the second term, the Lynx. But can they get some stops at the other end? Points flowing freely for Canberra. They're up to 42 midway through this second term. More ball in hand for Annalee Maley in the last couple of minutes, getting her more involved on offense. We mentioned Atwell having a great season. She'll get more opportunities to get shots up, including that, and one.
Into the basket the last couple of times. Their outside shot hasn't worked. Get yourself going, see the ball go through the net.
Turns it over and away comes Forster. Maley against Melbourne, and Annalee finishes. Some good points out of the timeout here.
Get turnovers like we saw Melbourne did there, so they'll be really happy with that coming out of that foul shot.
Caps have led from the get-go. Their biggest lead, 17 points. Another turnover. More opportunities here for Maley, who's really starting to heat up. Telling her players, hey, listen, don't think we've got a head start here and play accordingly. We've got to keep playing our way. Maley shot short. Good scrap under the basket from Clinch Hoycard, and she comes up with the foul. Working their way back into this.
20 points and you can lose a game, and I think that's what makes this league super exciting this season, is just teams are all too good.
Lovely. Former league MVP having a much bigger impact in this second term. Atwell gets rid of her opposition and drains the three. Margin back to 7.
And I expect Melbourne to start in the second half. You need her on the floor. If I was Lynx, I would look to attack her, get her off the floor, get 5,000 out.
Maley, tough finish is great. It's a 4-point game. 7 on the clock. Melbourne on the bench. Munga, great finish. Second half, ESPN's WNBL Wednesday. Thanks forward coming to you from Bendat Basketball Centre in Perth. It's the Caps leading the Lynx by 4, and you can make it 6 as Okoya. Good child. Inside to Potter. Looks to use the size advantage. Ball tipped out. It remains a Perth ball.
And something they'll need to do more is find her early and not let her get set.
Okoya almost the steal. Atwell comes up with a loose ball and then has some space to work in, and that generally spells danger. 2-point game.
Caps, again, they've been forced into 2 turnovers. So
in her WNBL career, the 21-year-old Jade Melbourne started so young. Was a development player originally at the Boomers from Terrelgan in Gippsland in Victoria. Stripped away from Sharp. Maley kicks it out. Atwell through some traffic. Maley to tidy up and scores a level for the first time tonight. Up against Okoya. It's a good child. Will go round the arc to Atwell. She wants to take on Sharp. Tough shot, still there. Foul called and one. Perth lead for the Bet Cole.
And Maley spoke about the energy that Lynx just didn't have, and that effort and that.
We asked who would step up and speculated would it be Annalee Maley when Erin McDonald went down. Well, it certainly has been. Here's Maley again. Her pressure creates a turnover and another score. Perth are rolling here. Clark feeds it through. Munga, important 2 there. Good child to Atwell. Amy, tough shot, and she makes it from the baseline. Jade Melbourne on 4 fouls, sitting on the bench. Fowler through the lane, feeds Sharp, and she comes up with 2.
Well, on the defensive end, is she going to defend like, I don't want to foul, so I'm going to let my player go past me? That's sometimes the thing that you don't want to happen, but naturally it just does. You can come out, still play 110% and just keep her hands out.
Maley turns it over. There is Melbourne, gets her hands in on this occasion. Spin move, feeds Okoya. And Canberra tie things up again. We've got ourselves a game on WNBL Wednesday. Great to have you with us on ESPN. Atwell, Perth back in front. Canberra sitting on the bottom at the moment, but coming off back-to-back wins and looking for 3 in a row for the first time since January of 2022. Melbourne, Gemma Potter wide open. Away comes Atwell. Amy, so good from long range.
Caps need to make sure that they're talking early. If you're switching, you're not switching flat, you're switching high, making sure that you have a hand to her.
Melbourne finds her way through the traffic and responds. Lynx got out to a 6-point lead when they blew by Canberra for the first time. Things were looking threatening. It's been a good response from the Caps. Atwell getting hot. Chippertoni from the corner in game 100. Still alive for Perth. There's the height of Potter. Kicked out. Atwell's been white hot.
And if you were Caps, do you look at potentially face guarding Atwell, not letting her get the ball?
Thought about the give to Chippertoni and then difficult finish as she lost her balance. Away comes Melbourne. Chance to tie things up again. They do. There's Munga.
Caps are finding their way now.
Chippertoni against Munga. Feeds it to Potter. And one. Big play from Emily. She's having a big night. Up to 17 points. She's averaging 13 a game this season. The team leads by 2. She gets it back here, can double that lead. Shots heavy. Ripped out of the hands of Melbourne, but cleaned up by Okoye. Jay puts on the Jets. Feeds sharp. Expansive to the corner. Lovely ball movement. And it's Munga with the finish.
I would. If I was Perth, I'd be getting Melbourne in as many actions as possible to make her get her 5th foul and force her off the court, because she is vital to the Caps and getting their lead at the moment.
Got their noses in front in the third. Seesawing battle. They get the last opportunity here. And why not? Why not? She's made 7 of her last 8, Amy Atwell. Since then, she's 7 for 8 from 3-point range, and she has helped turn the game in Perth's favour. They've come.
Amy Atwell looking at an Iverson cut, which is across the elbows, and they have changed up their defensive scheme and looking at living with the pick and pop, more of a blue and ice coverage with Potter.
Alex Fowler's out of the game with 5 for the Caps, so their tallest players off the court. The 2 tallest in the game, both sitting, as Sharp comes up with another 2. Melbourne makes it. My apologies, 3 fouls for Fowler. Tried to draw a foul, nothing doing. Taken away by Gorman. The go-ahead pass. Atwell is good. Perth back in front. Foul, screen from Fowler rather. Potter against Maylee. Tough reverse finish is good from Gemma. Really good child, had more opportunities without McDonald there. She comes up with the N1. Melbourne Boomers, originally from Brisbane. A couple of seasons at the Fire, then went to Duke University in the States.
As well during the off-season WNBL, and she had great opportunity there. She was a real asset to that team, and I also think that was another pathway for her to get a gig at Perth Lynx. Easy fouls. Lynx are just going to the free throw line, and that's cheap points for them that the Caps can't have.
Lovely find from Chippertoni, and Clinch Hoykard gets the N1. Savvy and vision there. Melbourne. Again through traffic, and again with the finish. Back to a 1-point game.
Each possession, and it's interesting to see how that's stymied Canberra at the moment.
4-time NBL champion Atwell from the baseline. Back out to 3-point lead.
And Chippertoni has done a great job.
Inside 5 minutes. Melbourne and Munga combine. Look at the vision. How's the pass? Melbourne, the look away this time picked off. Away comes Atwell. Feeds Chippertoni.
Obviously still very strong emphasis on trying to guard Atwell and limit her touches.
Thanks, Greg. Ball in the hands of Melbourne. And she ties it up again. Around both these teams, love to let it fly. And they sit on 88 apiece with 3.5 to play. Goodchild puts Perth back in front. Jade Melbourne and Alex Fowler have 4 apiece, as does Jada Clark. Lovely work there from Sharp. Maley back to Miller. She go herself. She does. And then gets her own rebound. Chippertoni. That'll be popular. Making his debut tonight on WNBL Wednesday, and he's had an absolute belter. Okoye comes up with it. Perth in control by 5 with just over a minute to play. Okoye to Fowler. Gets to the rack. It's swatted away by Chippertoni. All ball. Jada Clark drives. Can't finish. And the Lynx make it 4 on the trot. Perth reinforce their position inside the top 2.